friends, and welcome back to Afternoon Tea with Tina. Although I am changing a little bit and it's technically Monday after work, so we're having wine today. So if you have your tea, keep your tea. If you decide, you know what, I think I need some wine, you go ahead and get yourself some wine. So let me just take a sip. Cheers, and thank you for being with me today. It's already been a long week, and I'm filming this on Monday, but you're going to see it on Wednesday. It's been a long week. I needed more than tea today. So anyway, welcome to my channel, and today's topic, just so you know too, for all of you who are new that are tuning in, my name is Tina. I do all things home decor, lifestyle, just good living. And I do this little segment called Afternoon Tea with Tina every Wednesday at 3, and we just talk about topics in our womanhood, all different stages of our womanhood. So, you know, your early 20s, 30s, 40s. I'm in my 50s. I have some subscribers / friends, because I call you friends, not subscribers, that are in their 70s and older. So I think it's just a great way for us to come together and talk about issues and kind of get to know each other. You can put your comments down below, and I'd really love it if you'd subscribe. And I'll link some other afternoon teas with you. And again, it's wine today. So sometimes you have a wine kind of day. So today's subject is actually a little bit on the more serious side. So the subject for today, and I have notes, is 10 behaviors that will destroy a relationship. And as I talk about these facts, I just want to also express that these are things I've gathered from things I've experienced in life, things I've seen in life, things that have happened to people I know and love. And I am not a psychiatrist. I did not go to college for that. So I just wanted you to take what I take as this is my opinion. And I would love for you to comment down below if you think I forgot something, or you think something's important, or you just want to share an experience. This is a judgment-free zone. We talk to each other, we uplift each other, and we help each other just through the lives and days of our womanhood. So with that being said, I've compiled a list, and they're in no particular order, of just some things I have found, you know, and I am divorced and I'm remarried. So little things that I have picked up along the way. And again, things that I have experienced, things my friends have experienced. And I think this is good, especially for all of you, my friends who are watching, that are just starting out in your marriage or relationships. I'm going to call it marriage just because I'm married and I can't keep going back and forth. But it's whether you're married in a long-term relationship, a committed relationship, you're living together, whatever your situation is, these things all apply. So I'm going to refer to it as marriage. So the first thing I thought about is don't neglect your appearance. And I know that might sound kind of cliche and kind of corny, but hear me out. When you first met your significant other and you were going on that first date, you took time, and I know you did. You took time to, figure out what you were going to wear, you know, for us ladies, hoping we had a good hair day, you know, you were getting yourself all, you know, ready for this date with this person that you found so attractive and that asked you out, or, you know what I mean? And I think whether you're female or male, it doesn't matter. I always think you should take care of your appearance. And I don't mean you have to be a size 2 forever, or, you know, whatever, you know, things like that, or whatever. What I'm saying is that when you get up in the morning and you shower and you brush your teeth and do all that, take the time. Make sure your hair is neat and clean. Make sure your makeup is on, or at least a little bit of something to just... My grandmother always said, when you get up in the morning and you get ready for the day, you feel a sense of self-worth. You feel a sense of beauty. And I know that you can say beauty is skin deep, and it is. But if you look beautiful on the outside, it helps you feel beautiful on the inside as well. You can be any size, any whatever, it doesn't matter. Don't let yourself go. And we all, you know, have, you know, when I graduated high school, I was like 110 pounds. and now I'm like 160 pounds, and I just told you my weight. So it's not about weight or anything like that. It's just taking up and taking pride in who you are and always wanting to look attractive for your partner. I think it's really important that, and we all have days, you know, where you throw your hair up or whatever, but you know, I've seen people go out and one is dressed for the day, the other one's in their pajamas, and I don't know how this became a fad, but I really believe that you should dress. You should do your hair and makeup. You should comb your hair. You should shave if you're a man. You should do whatever it is that you do to make you feel good. And if you feel good and you go out during the day, you'll do good. And that's how I feel. And that's number one. Okay. Number two is be financially responsible. So when you are in a relationship, you should always have these conversations about your finances. You know, how much money should be going in the bank, what your bills are, everything that's going on in your home and with each other financially, the other one should be aware. You both should know, you know, what is going on, how much is the grocery bill, how much is the electric bill, what are the car payments, whatever it is, be financially responsible. Don't get yourself into a financial jam in your relationship, because it will affect it. Money is, you know, the old saying, money is the root of all evil. And a lot of people I have seen have gotten into such arguments and fights, and a few even got divorced over it. So always be open with each other, with your finances. Always have a financial plan. Always know where you are now and where you want to go. Set those goals together and be financially responsible. It is a huge thing, believe me. Okay, the next thing is having number three is having interests outside of the relationship. And what I mean by that is, great that you spend a lot of time together, and it's great you do activities together, and that's wonderful, but you always should have an outside interest that's yours. So I'll give you an example. My husband is very much into music. He sings in a band, so they go to rehearsals, he goes to some music things, and that's his thing. And I go to a lot of them too, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I know he just wants to, you know, be with the guys and do music. And that is wonderful. And I highly, you know, I hope he always does it. Myself, you know, I love YouTube, I love decorating, I love thrifting, I love going to flea markets, and he does a lot of that with me as well. But there are also times where I grab a friend and we go off and do our thing. Sometimes I'll meet a girlfriend for a happy hour, or we'll do a quick dinner, and he will too. And I think it's always good to spend a little bit of time away from your significant other. And it's good to have outside interests, because then you have so much to talk about too when you see each other. You know, I can ask him about his music. He can ask me, like, what did I find thrifting? I mean, we have talks about this, and it's really healthy to have outside interests. Okay, number 4, and this is a big one, and I've seen this done many a time, is if you are in a relationship or married, don't act like you're single. That will just tear your relationship apart. You know, I have seen people take off their wedding rings in certain environments. I have seen the flirting going on that led to something else. I have seen many things like that. And if you're married or you're in a committed relationship, everybody around you should know that. For instance, my husband's in a band, so he's right in the front, he's the singer. And so obviously girls are attracted to him. You know, he looks like Vince Neil, everybody loves him, blah, 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 blah. He always has on his wedding ring, and he'll always say, you know, thank you to my wife Tina for all her hard work, and thank you for promoting our page and our band, or whatever. Or he'll make little comments, you know, in between sets. He'll come over and sit with me, he'll give me a kiss, he'll hold my hand. He makes it very clear that he is married, happily married. And I do the same thing too. You know, we've been out places and somebody has approached me, the first thing I say is, I'm married. And I've actually had people say, but are you happily married? And I say, yes, I am. Move along. You know, I've heard people say, I am. Oh, I wish I wasn't, because then I could go out with you. To me, that is not a good remark, because that's saying to that other person, you know, the door could be slightly ajar. I might be able to get in there. So if you are married in a committed relationship, the world around you should know that you are. It should be transparent. Okay. Next one is, this is a big one. So the do's and the don'ts of social media. It's like, where do you even begin with that? And that falls under, kind of falls under with acting, oops, sorry, I just kicked the ring light. Under the acting like you're single. Your social media should reflect who you are. In other words, if you're married or in a relationship, somewhere on your social media, it should show that. Not that it's going to stop somebody from, you know, going after someone, but I mean, I think it's very, very, very important. As far as social media goes, my husband and I, and this is a big thing, we're open and honest with social media. If somebody sends me a friend request, and it's a man, I will ask him, do you know this person? If I don't know them. And then if he does know him, he'll be like, yes or no. And I will respect that. And he does the same thing for me. Do you know this girl? Yes or no. And there are no secrets. And that is a huge thing, because social media just opens so many doors if you are unhappy. And even if, no matter what the situation is, social media, people out there are trolling you. It could cause so many problems. And be honest with your social media. Be who you are on your social media. You know, I'm not saying, you know, you have to give your significant other the passwords or anything, but if something should occur, they should be told. And that's how I feel, because then nobody could come up to them later on and say, oh, guess what he said on social media? Guess what? He DM'd that person. I could say, you know what? Yes, I know he DM'd her to tell her he was married. And that was, he just put one sentence, I am married, period. And that's it. And I knew. There's no surprises. And it will keep your relationship going stronger. This is a good one too. Being insecure. There's really nothing attractive about being insecure. And I know sometimes it's really hard, because we all go through bouts where we're insecure, you know, if we have put on a couple pounds, or we're having a bad hair day, or you know what, he's going to go golfing and you're insecure about, well, what is he going to be doing? And he can't be without me, and things like that. Be a strong person. Be your own person. You can't, and it's hard. It's really hard, because I do it too. I find myself doing it too. Or I'll come out wearing a dress and I'm like, what do you think? And he will say to me, oh my God, you look so beautiful. And I'll think, I just look fat. I don't know. And it's just because sometimes I'm insecure. And somebody who is confident and holds their head up high, you can feel their confidence. And having confidence in yourself, have confidence in the person that you're with, have confidence in the life that you're building together. Don't be insecure about it. If you are, you need to talk about it, and you need to figure out what to do in your specific situation that's going to help you. Number 7. This is a tough one too. Excessive nagging and criticism. I don't nag. I'm not a nagger. Believe it or not, I don't nag. I will tell, or I will ask, don't tell, I will ask my husband to do something, and if he doesn't do it, then I get up and I go do it. And then, you know, he gets upset. So if I ask him to do something once, he will just get up and go do it. And if he asks me for something, I will get up and go do it. I don't nag him about, oh, you have rehearsal again, or oh my gosh, you know, I have, you know, said a few things about too many shows in a row or something, but I try to always talk about things. As soon as you start nagging in someone's ear, you've lost them. They no longer care what you're saying. All they're hearing is this, and it's going to destroy your relationship, because every time you want to come to them to tell them something, they're going to hear you nagging, and nothing's going to be good from that. And nothing's going to be good for excessive criticism either, you know. And it's hard. It's like, I'll give you an example. So I'm definitely OCD when it comes to cleaning, and when it comes to having everything in its spot, and my husband is not. So, but he has gotten to learn over the years, because I have told him, if you leave your sneakers right there, I'm going to nag you about it because there's no reason for it. So if you could just please, and now he'll come in, he'll take his sneakers off and he'll go put them away. But, you know, you shouldn't nag because nothing, like I said, nothing good's gonna come of it. And that's just how I feel. But, you know, it's hard because if you're on the other end of the nagging and the criticism, you know, it's hard for you too, because hopefully you're trying to make this other person happy, but communication is key, guys. All right, baby. Number 8. What was this one? Lack of communication. And that pretty much goes, and I know it's so cliche to say, you know, lack of communication is key. It really, truly, honestly, from my heart is. You have to be able, and you have to be able to talk to the person that you're with. You have to be able to express your feelings. You have to be able to not navigate your words, but you have to be able to tell somebody how you're feeling and don't be destructive to them. You know, if my husband is doing something that's just bothering me, I will say, I have to talk to you, and I will try to do it calmly. And, you know, communication is key, whether you're talking about, again, your finances, if you're talking about social media things that are going on, whatever it is you're talking about, how the household is being run. Always have a sense, like I said, have a sense of where you are, where you want to go, and talk about it. Talking is key. And I don't mean talking to him in the middle of the game he's watching, or, you know what I mean, over dinner or something like that, where, you know, you have those moments alone, or when you go to bed at night, you know, have that talking time where you can just talk about, you know, especially if you have little ones, you know, once they go to bed, then you have your time together. Talk about the issues of the day. Talk about what's going on this weekend. Talk about how to plan a vacation. Talk about how you're going to save for something, or should we splurge on this, or whatever it is, because you can't go wrong with communication. And I think that's just, it's huge. And then this one, they kind of all go together, is lying. And this is a huge one for me, and my husband will vouch for that. Do not lie. Now, you know, if I come out in a pair of jeans and he says, well, he might say, well, you know, the other pair looks better on you. I know what that means. And he's not lying, but don't lie. Don't lie about where you're going. Don't lie about who you're with. Don't lie about what happened. Don't lie about, you know, if somebody saw something, now you're going to lie about it. Because one lie leads to another lie, then you're building this web of lies, and somewhere the web is going to break, and all these lies are going to come out, and it's going to be devastating to the other person. It's rather be truthful. If you're truthful, it's just such the way to go. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, but if you've been lied to and you've caught the person that you love lying to you, it is the worst feeling. It really is. No good ever comes from lying in a relationship. It just doesn't. And, you know, not telling somebody something, I feel also counts as kind of lying, because eventually this other person, the person you're with, like say if Scott didn't tell me something happened at a show or something like that, because he wanted to spare my feelings, you know, maybe a girl said something or whatever, but I know he takes care of it and I'm not worried. But let's just say he doesn't tell me, and I ask him, hey, how'd the show go? Anything interesting happen or whatever? And we talk and whatever. And then, you know, a week later, somebody comes up to me, oh my gosh, did you know what she said to him? And now you've lied. Now the story is probably 10 times worse than what it was. Now I'm having, you know, to wonder, should I trust you? You know, no good is going to come from lies. Trust me. It doesn't matter what the truth is. The truth sometimes can hurt. The truth, you know, could break someone's heart, but it's better to be honest. Better to be honest. Don't lie to the person that you love. And the last thing is so simple, yet so hard for some people to do. So number 10 is never saying you're sorry. And I know sometimes it's really hard for someone to get the words out, but it's so important. if you know that you were wrong or you did something, to go to the person you love and say, I'm sorry. I didn't realize at the time, whatever this scenario is, just tell the person you're sorry. Because if you're sorry and that person, if you're truly sorry, somebody can see it in your eyes. They can feel it. They know that you're sorry. But don't go to bed angry and then not say you're sorry and then leave for work. And it makes the day awful. The kind of goes with the don't go to bed angry. I go to bed angry sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, just all in all, communication is huge. Respect the person that you're with. Value the person that you're with. Value what the two of you are building together. And don't let anything from the outside get into your circle and try to break your circle in half. To me, your circle is you and your partner. So whatever it is, like with myself and my husband, I belong to him. He belongs to me. Our life is our life. Our daily life we go through together. And even though you might want to take advice from a friend or whatever, kind of deal with your relationship with the two of you. Because, whatever I go through, you may have gone through, but your situation is totally different. You're with a totally different person. The circumstances are different. Talk to your significant other first. Keep your circle small. And I think that's another saying, keep your circle small. Because the people in your circle, the two main people, are the two of you. And even if you're, your husband and wife, or you're not, or whatever, and you have kids, eventually the kids are going to be gone, and there's just going to be the two of you. So the love, the respect, the consideration, the honesty, the compliments, the talking, all of that is going to go such a long way, and you're going to live such a happy life together. And that's what everything's about. But anyway, so those are my 10 things. And if you guys know of anything else, or you want to share something, or you want to share a story or a situation, or add some other things to the list, please write it down below, because I think we all would love to know what you feel, and if there's anything else that I forgot. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you next Wednesday.